Hey, it's me again. This is my second video because my friend kind of gave me two topics to talk about, and my last video was really long. I'm trying to make this one short. But this video is kind of about like trusting people and like not getting your hopes up and like getting crushed, because a lot of times me and my friends we kind of trust in people a little too much, and we kind of get our feelings hurt because, of course, obviously, if our feelings are hurt, we're trusting the wrong people. But sometimes it's not always a person's trustworthiness that is to be questioned. It's more our high expectations of someone, because it's like you can't really put your expectations on someone. You can't really blame somebody else for your expectations. Those are your expectations, and not everyone's going to try and strive to meet your expectations, because some people don't think the way that you do, and they're not going to agree with the expectations that you have of them. Some people just don't have the same views as you. Some people don't have the same priorities as you, and just because someone doesn't have the same priorities as you doesn't mean their priorities are bad, doesn't mean that their priorities are less important, that they're right or wrong. It just means that they're different. But I think what my friends were kind of asking me in particular was like, how do I go about boys in such a nonchalant way, even when I really care about them. I think it just all comes down to, it's my expectations. Not everyone's gonna meet my expectations, and I just feel like if they don't meet your, it's like you can have some expectations of people, and I just feel like guys don't have to meet every single one of my expectations. I feel like they just need to meet my key expectations, like the stuff that I honestly can't deal with. I shouldn't have to be dealing with. But if it's just little small stuff, because some girls expect guys to buy them a whole bunch of stuff, I feel like that's not an expectation that you should blame your dude for. Or some girls expect their dudes to dress a certain way. Not everybody's as fortunate as everybody else. Some people may be poor and not unfortunate. Some people may be unfortunate and poor. Me, since I'm currently unemployed, I consider myself poor, but I'm not unfortunate. I can still get things when I need them. I still have a way to make money, get what I want, get what I need. Poor, but not unfortunate. But, yeah, that's my little joke. But, some people really don't have money, and I feel like some people have expectations of people because they're from different places. I know a lot of guys who come from places where, they don't have a lot of money, they have really big families, they have to grow up a little quicker, they had to go through a lot of different things. Not every guy or girl is a thug because they think it's cool. Not every guy or girl's a thug because they just want to fight over a strip of land. This is my block, this is my hood, blah, 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 blah. Some people are thugs because, didn't have a mom and dad who really paid a lot of attention. Didn't have, grandma and grandpa that could take care of me. I grew up on the streets because my mom was involved in this, and my daddy was doing this, or he wasn't there, or she wasn't there. I had to make ends meet my own type of way. And if if a guy grows up like that, I feel like you can tell him there's certain things about that you don't appreciate, but I don't think that you should just, I don't mind if you expect him to change, or you expect her to change and kind of act a different certain type of way, but if you expect somebody to change, you have to give them time, they grew up like that. I'm 19, so, if I meet a guy who's kind of rougher on the edges, I'm not going to sit there and expect all those edges to be, filed down and find my pretty diamond, off top. You gotta give somebody time. That's, for me personally, it would be 19, 20, 21 years of their life that they've been living the way they've been living, and, I'm one person, for them I could easily be replaceable, so, my expectation would be you don't have to treat me like I'm just some chick off the street, but You know, I'm not gonna sit up. It's not gonna break my trust in you if you don't meet my expectations. You know, but I mean, I don't necessarily have like super high expectations of people, especially in that type of scenario. I feel like, you know, Rome wasn't built in a day, so it's gonna take time. But another thing with like trust and junk like that, like I feel like you should trust somebody until they give you a reason not to. But trusting somebody, like I said, trust and expectations are different, you know. But I also think that trust is earned and not given. You know, I'm gonna give people my trust until they lose it, and then it becomes something that you have to earn back from me. But I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But yeah, when it comes to like boys and things like that, you know, I know a lot of girls who are used to having guys who like worship the ground that they walk on. And, you know, not every guy's gonna worship the ground you walk on. Not every guy's gonna kiss your ass. They're just not gonna do it. And you can't sit up here and say, oh, he's a bad guy because he doesn't do this for me or he doesn't do that for me, and I can find this, that, and the third nigga who will. You know, not every dude's gonna kiss your ass, and not every dude should kiss your ass. You know, if you need a guy to kiss your ass, then clearly if the guy's not kissing your ass, he's not the guy for you. But, you know, to every man his own, I guess. But I feel like, you know, a lot of people feel like that's when their trust is broken of someone. I don't think that's really fair because, you know, it's your expectation. I feel like you shouldn't push your expectation on other people. But yeah, that's all the advice I really have to give on the topic. Is just like, don't get trust and expectations mixed up, and don't let your expectations of somebody break your trust in somebody, because just because they don't meet your expectation doesn't mean that they're not trustworthy. You know, it just means that they don't meet your expectations. They're not, their priorities are different than yours, and that's not a bad thing. You know, because, you know, they could get with somebody else and be a great person. You know, they're not a great person for you because they're clearly not the person for you. But yeah, and that's one of my pet peeves too, when people do that. Like, I hate it. It really bothers me. Because, I mean, I just feel like to every man his own. Like, I really believe in that. Like, if you're a female who, like, I'm not even going to get into it, but just know the difference is all I'm saying. High expectations and trustworthiness are not the same thing. Because most of the time, I don't meet people's expectations, but I take a bullet for most of my friends. If they need me, you know, and I don't have gas, I'll risk breaking down and come get you. You know, like, I'll spend the last of my money, put it in my gas tank to come help you out. You know, if somebody needs me, I'm going to be there because I'm trustworthy. You know, but when it comes down to, am I going to do something the way you want me to do it all the time? No, I'm not. But that doesn't make me untrustworthy. That just means I don't meet your expectations, which isn't my fault. It's your fault for having the expectations that you have. But yeah, I guess it also kind of comes down to not putting all your eggs in one basket, you know, and always have a plan B, I guess, is another thing that can be said. But I'm rambling. I hope that kind of helped. I know it kind of necessarily wasn't advice. It was just kind of my point of view, but it helps me, you know. That's the reason, you know, like I said in my last video, don't take life too seriously. Just take it serious enough to the point where you get where you need to get to. But yeah, like I said in the last video, leave your comments below and tell me what else you guys want me to talk about, like advice and stuff like that, like friendships, relationship advice. Or you guys can ask me questions like what I look for in a guy, what I don't look for in a guy, what kind of music I like, what kind of books do I read, anything. I'm open to all suggestions. Bye!